Hello and welcome to our DeltaServer demo for SQL Server. Let's take a quick look at the basic concepts. On the screen you see the architecture diagram. At the bottom of the screen you see the database clients. These are interacting with SQL Server as usual. They do their CRUD operations where they're inserting, updating and deleting records. All we have done is turn a feature of SQL Server on, which is change data capture. What that necessarily does is capture all the changes that are happening to SQL Server in real time and stores them in change tables. Our Delta server interacts with these change tables with the change data capture feature, captures all the data changes that are happening there, and propagates them across to the IMDG. We have deployed a simple space here, and the data grid aware clients, which are the IMDG clients that you see here, they simply pick up all of those changes and are aware of them. So that's how we propagate all the real-time updates to the SQL Server database itself onto the IMDG and therefore onto the IMDG clients. Having said that, let's take a quick look at the demo. On the screen right now, you see three windows. This here is the Gigaspaces XAP window. Here you'll see all the changes happening in real time, whether it's a write, update, read, at any of those. This console will give us an ability to interact with the Delta server itself. You can insert, update, delete data, and you'll see all those changes propagate across here. This window shows you basically the table where we are making changes to the SQL server. You'll see all the records being inserted, updated, and deleted here. So let's begin the demo. First things first, let me go ahead and insert a data. I'm going to say I'll insert a data. I'll pick an ID. I'll give it a name, a random name. I'll give it a random age. We see that the data has been inserted successfully. Let's see that propagate across to the SQL server. As we see, the data has been inserted. That's confirmed. Let's go over to the XAP window. We see that the change has occurred. The write has happened. Now let's see the kind of data that is being stored in XAP itself. We're going to query this space. We'll go ahead and see the same person data that was entered. We're going to query this, and we see that the record that we just inserted is available here. The ID that we used, the first name, the last name. Let's go ahead and update this data and see if that takes hold. I'm going to say yes, I want to continue. I want to update the data. I'll use the ID that I had used before. I'll switch around the name. Let's see that change propagate across to SQL Server first. Let's execute this again. We see that that change has taken place. Now let's query the space again. The statistics window will show you that those changes have occurred. Now we're going to go ahead and query the data. The same person data, we're going to query it again, and we see that the change that we did has come across in real time. How about if we delete the data? I'm going to say I'll continue. I'll say I want to delete the data, and I'll pick the ID that I had created. That was 2. This should propagate across to all the places. Let's execute this again. We see that that record was deleted. Let's go over to XAP. Let's see if that has happened, and we see that the take has happened. Now let's query that and see if that has happened in the types itself. As soon as we make that query, you see that the record has been deleted. That's how easy it is to interact with the Delta server of Gigaspaces. All the very best, and I hope you have great implementations of your own.